Stage 6 rolling blackouts kicked in at 5 this afternoon and will last until 10 tonight. Stage 4 will then continue during the day tomorrow, with Stage 6 kicking in again later in the afternoon. Our reporter Chriselda Lewis joins us live now. Chriselda, we heard from the minister talking about intimidation, talking about a lot that is going on behind the scenes to try and ensure that South Africans have an improved situation somewhat. But I'm sure where you are, the biggest concern that South Africans have is, will there be stable power supply?
Well, absolutely, Bongiwe. Despite what the minister says, it certainly seems like what is happening on the ground is that of businesses that have been reeling, basically complaining about unstable power supply, what effect that's having on their businesses. Customers are basically unable to get what they need from these various sources. Of course, each suburb or township around the country will have its bout of the electricity going off. One of the areas where I am also here in Johannesburg, they have been complaining for quite some time now. There are quite a number of establishments in this shopping complex where I am towards the north of Johannesburg this evening. And I can certainly tell you, it doesn't matter whether you are in a restaurant or in a pub or at a mall or anywhere else where you go, the sentiment that is being shared is the same, irrespective of what Eskom says about how they plan to ensure that South Africa's electricity supply does have a certain level of stability. Those on the ground are certainly not convinced. Unprecedented. About the second time, you'll correct me if I'm wrong there, Bongiwe, the second time that we're having about Stage 6. Let me speak to some of those who are affected by this. And I decided to come to a pub, which is not too far from where I live. So, because it was going to take me, Bongiwe, a bit too long to get to where I needed to go. The traffic volumes on the road are just ridiculous. Let me have a word with some of you. Ma'am, good evening. Perhaps we could start here with you. The effect that load shedding is having on you. I see you come to your favorite pub to have a drink. I mean, the effects of... I guess you're not able to cook.
I can't cook at home. I can't do anything. I mean, it's dark all the time. My fridge is defrosting. I can't charge my cell phone. I mean, this is ridiculous. So we all come here and we meet and whatever, and we basically discuss the issues. And the issues are load shedding. Yeah. I mean, we cannot do anything. Yeah. The traffic, as you say yourself, the traffic is backed up. You can't get home from work. You can't get to work. You can't get to the shops. You can't get back. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's just going beyond now.
Yeah. So let me bring you in as well. I mean, what has the effect been on you? Many people are complaining about, this unstable electricity supply. It's having a massive impact on our daily lives.
Yeah, correct. Because I'm on the road the entire day. So I'm battling with traffic, get home. That's why I'm here. I've got to get some food for the family, a takeaway or something, because we can't cook. So that's been happening every day since load shedding and at this certain time. So, yeah, get the takeaway, get home, and then, that's basically it. It just amplifies the situation,
Vic, let's speak to you. I mean, your pockets are without a doubt going to be running dry. You've got a small generator, I understand, which runs this establishment of yours. It doesn't help because petrol is also through the roof.
Exactly, it's true that petrol is expensive. Now and then you have to go buy petrol just to operate during the day. At night as well. Safety as well. We need to be careful now and then.
So it's hard times for you. Are you convinced? I mean, the Minister of Public Enterprises had a media briefing, updating the country about what the possibilities look like. The head of Eskom as well, also indicating that the situation might get much worse. They're blaming it on some of the industrial action at Eskom. How does it sit for you as a business owner trying to make ends meet?
What can we say? But when everything's gonna be all right? It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for everything to be all right. And it might affect more business as well. More business are closing their shops now. Because what else can they do?
And closing those shops, Bongiwe, would certainly be the fact that they're still reeling from the effects of COVID-19. So perhaps I can come to you as well. What's your experience? I mean, we're on Stage 6 now, and that's a couple of more hours in the dark.
It is actually. It's becoming impossible to actually try and plan out your day. I mean, just today I had to take off early so I could get home in time to do laundry because you only have an hour. And even during that time, when there isn't load shedding, it's still unstable. I mean, my power went off 5 times in 20 minutes. Yeah. It's ridiculous. There doesn't ever seem to be an end in sight here, and everyone just seems to keep wanting to point fingers at the next person rather than come up with actual practical solutions. Yeah. And I just think most South Africans are fed up at this point. Yeah.
So I would love to come to you. Perhaps I could. And you? Yeah. And for you, the impact?
The impact, I'm actually in the labour side of business, and our construction sites just can't operate properly because we're interrupted by power failures and this, that and the other. So we just can't operate to our degree. We want, and we're also on planning, so we can't plan our things out with the load shedding.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much indeed. Just some of the sentiment, Bongiwe, and I can guarantee you the sentiment being shared here is sentiment that is being shared everywhere. A bit earlier on, we were scheduled to have a live crossing with you, but unfortunately that media briefing with Pravin Gordhan, Minister Pravin Gordhan, had gotten underway, and we were in one of the busiest roads towards this part of town, and I can tell you the traffic was just backed up. Everyone was just fed up over the situation that was taking place. And I must say, Bongiwe, I also had to cook a little bit earlier on today, but how am I going to warm up that food? I certainly don't know.
The big question, Chriselda, as some of your guests who are there, have decided to go to that pub in order to at least find some kind of, phones to charge, to be able to charge their phones, to be able to get something to eat. So quite a lot is being felt in terms of ripple effects. But let's touch base with you a little later on to see how more and more people are being impacted.